Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast. Who's on the line here?
John.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Jerry.
How you doing, John? Okay?
Listen, not too bad yourself.
I'm trying to learn how... Do you know how to say how you doing the way Hugo does? Let me try and do it. How you doing? Can you do it?
Get to the voice, sure.
Go and do it.
I don't. Me?
Go
Who?
on, try it.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
How you doing? No, it's different now. How you doing? Is that it?
I don't
How,
know.
how you doing? Let me try it again.
I've got my own problems.
Go on, try it. Well, how would you say how you doing?
How you
No, in
doing?
vernacular.
I'd just say, how you doing?
Ah, no, you're too cool.
I'm not. How
No,
you,
the
how you
person-
doing?
how would you say how
Hello,
you
how you
doing?
doing?
By
How-
being enthusiastic and almost surprised and curious at the same time the way Hugo does. How you doing?
But I'd have to say, all right.
How you doing?
I'd have to say, all right, first.
How you doing?
All
How
right.
you doing?
All right, how you doing?
That's
Hello,
no
how you
good.
doing?
Pussy. No good.
What's,
How you doing? That's it.
why would I say, how you doing?
Because that's the way Hugo does it and he makes it sound good. How you doing? Anyway, never mind that.
His brother that you mentioned apparently is not well.
I know
Old
that.
Dickie.
I remember interviewing him one time. He did a movie out called 10 Rillington Place. I interviewed him about that. He was...
It's a long time
but
ago.
do you know my
wasn't it?
favourite... Oh, a long time ago. But my...
Jeepers. Oh, surely not.
Surely not.
I didn't mean to say surely not. I did not mean to
I
say
knew it. I
that.
switched you off. Look there. I turned you off. That's what I do when I listen to Radio 4.
Didn't mean to say that.
But the best
Sure,
thing
that
that...
must be. Was that not the 50s?
Surely not. Surely not. But no, I think,
Was
it
that
was
the
a
one
remake.
Was he not the murderer in it?
No, I think he...
he not Dr.
Emma,
Crippen?
would you check that on Google, please? Would you check 10 Rillington Place?
Yeah, right, but he was the doctor.
No, but I think he made a remake of that. I'm not quite...
Oh,
Emma, would
did
you
he?
check that? We're on about maybe 90s, 90s.
That's amazing that you should talk. That you should.
I should talk. It's amazing that I should talk.
No, that you should mention that because when I was out walking on Saturday night, I was reenacting that, and I was going to ask you to do this. Do you remember Brona Gallagher was to give us acting lessons?
Yes.
And I wanted to play the part of Tom Courtney. He was in it, wasn't he?
No.
Well, what do you call the fella that was in it?
I don't know why I'm asking.
I
Emma.
wanted. Is this not the film where the fella and Gare, they're just married and they live up the stairs in a tenement building, and he's downstairs and he's a doctor. He was struck off or something, and he carries out abortions. Is that not that film? Is that?
I don't know. I want Emma to check it for me.
Well, see, I wanted Emma to play the part. I wanted to be. I say it was Tom Courtney. I wanted to be Tom Courtney, and I wanted Emma to be my pregnant wife. And you be
Yeah, right.
you be
the man who lives down
Dr.
the stairs.
Crippen.
Crippen, thanks for that. Thanks for that Crippen part.
Yeah, but it's a good part.
Emma, did she check? What was she doing? Did she do it yet? What's wrong with her?
What do you want? She wants to.
What do I want? 10 Rillington Place, the film
10.
10 Rillington Place. When was it made?
What do you want to know about it?
When was it made? For God's sake.
1971.
Oh, what was I interviewing him about?
Yes, you were very young then.
No, I interviewed him in 1994 about something like that. It was another movie. It must have been some kind of remake.
But what's the film about, Emma?
It's all right. It's okay.
There's a man on too.
I know that, but also the most interesting thing.
Was Tom Courtney in it?
The most interesting thing about that was Richard Attenborough. What was the best part he ever played? The best part he ever played was in Dr. Dolittle.
John Hurt. Was John Hurt in it? That's who it was then. John
People don't listen to me at all. I may as well be talking at the wall here.
John Hurt. That's who it was.
What? 1971?
No, but you see, there was a great scene in it. There was a great scene in it whenever, if it's John Hurt, he comes into the wee apartment, you know, in front, and his wife is there, who will be Emma, and she's sitting crying, and she doesn't know how to tell him.
Tell him what?
That she's pregnant.
What did you just say,
no
I'm
money.
pregnant?
So Emma has to be a very emotional part to me, you see. And then he delivers the line, I don't understand it. How did it happen? You see?
All right.
And so he just can't understand it, how his wife is pregnant.
Without
And
any,
then-
how's your
you
mother still
see?
working? Yeah.
And then she gets becomes very emotional.
Does she? For Emma?
Yes,
Emma's like
and
that.
then I say, leave it with me. I'll go and see Crippen. I'll see Crippen. I'll go down the stairs and see
be
Crippen."
downstairs.
You see, and then I go down and I knock at the
Hello,
door.
darling.
And you open the door. You just look through a wee crack in the door.
Hello.
And I say, I wonder, can
Crippen
you help
here.
me? Can you help me? It's my wife, you see.
I believe you're from Wales. Tell me, I'm Dr. Crippen.
And my
So
wife,
I-
you see.
I believe your wife is pregnant without any particular reason.
How did you
why.
know? I didn't get telling you.
No, I'm listening through the walls. I believe that there's no how's your father, nor is your mother still working. And you don't seem to know. Let me just play a little request for you. For Madeline in Warren Point, who's having a baby similarly. She's had a baby too and doesn't know where it came from. Her husband is quite puzzled.
There's a call for you, Crippen.
The best part
that-
that,
is that
the
what-
best part that Richard Attenborough ever played was Arthur Bottom in Dr. Dolittle. We talked about that the other day. I never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I bought an elephant for £2.6. Taught it tricks, £2.6. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. How are you? Sorry, I don't know
Hello,
your
Jerry. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't know your name or else I would have used it. How are you
Wally.
today?
Wally.
Wally, of course.
I told
yeah.
you twice.
Huck, stop picking on me. What can we do for you, Willie?
Well, you had a great debate there very recently about how to measure a man's inside leg.
Well, this was instigated by Mr. Coyle's past profession.
That's right.
He used to get a hell of a kick out of measuring men's inside legs. He
Well,
worked at,
that's what I want to tell you is a system for a woman to measure a man's inside leg without any embarrassing contact.
or hanky-panky, we call
Or
it here.
hanky-panky, yes.
Well, tell me about it.
I'll tell you how you do it.
Oh, how a
You
woman measures a man inside's leg.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get the man to sit in a chair and measure from his waistline down to the chair, which would probably be 10 or 11 inches in most cases.
Yes.
From his waistline down to the chair.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
I want to know where your waistline starts.
Let him finish.
Is it from
At the
that?
top of your trouser waistband, it starts
It's
sharp.
the waistband, Sean.
Yeah. From the waistband down to the chair. And then get the person to stand up and measure from the waistband right to the end of his trouser leg. And subtract the first measurement. And that gives you an accurate inside leg measurement.
But you see, the reason I ask, some men have big high-up trousers.
Yeah,
You know.
well, it depends on how they want them.
But see, it
That
doesn't
is-
matter how high their trousers are. You're going to
That is
subtract.
known. It doesn't matter.
Does it
That
not?
is known as the rise in a pair of trousers. In the trade, it's called the rise.
The
The
rise.
difference between the outside leg and the inside leg.
It's the rise.
The
You
rise,
should know
yeah.
that. You used to measure men all the
well,
time.
I want to ask Willie this. Willie, do you by
Yeah.
any chance, have you ever seen Jerry Anderson?
I have. And I heard him say he was 32 inside
Yes.
leg, and that's the biggest lot of nonsense ever.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sticking
you.
to that.
Thank you.
I know what my inside leg is better than
You
anyone
need to be-
else. I have to live with it
before you
every
be
day, and I know it's
32,
32.
Sean, before
Yes.
you be 32 inside leg, you'd need to be about 6'19".
That's right.
Yeah.
I would say he's about at the most 30, 29 and a half, 30.
29 or 30, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with 32. I'm proud of it, and I'm staying there.
Listen, before I go, can I tell you another wee anecdote before I go?
Go ahead, please do.
The firm that I starved my time in when I was very young.
You starved your time in?
Yeah, it was an old established firm with old established wage structure, and the man who owned it told me a story that happened during a wartime, before my time. You'd remember it all right, but during the wartime, when stuff was impossible to get, there was this and anything you did have, you had to keep it for your regular customers, you know.
Yes.
So this regular customer came in one day and says, Mr. So-and-so, have you got one of those Donegal tweed caps that I always wear? And he only had one cap in the house.
Yes.
And he went up and he got it, and the man tried it on, and it was too small for him. No, he says, it's too tight. I couldn't wear that.
Mm-hmm.
So my friend took it and went away up. I'll see if I have a bigger one. So he took the cap and he went away up into the back room, and he got the cap over his knee, and he gave it a good stretch until the seams cracked in it. And he brought it back down and he handed it to the customer, and the customer tried it on. That's perfect now, mister. That's perfect, he says. Couldn't be better, he says. And I tell you what I'll do. I'll take that other one as well. My brother. That really happened. I
He
said,
was
what
ahead.
did you do? I just had to tell him the truth at the finish up.
Yeah, see, that customer was ahead of the game. You see, he knew that the guy had done that with the same cap. He knew it was the same cap. Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
So you're a
All
man.
the best, Jerry.
Yeah.
All the
just-
best, Sean.
Thank
Okay,
you.
right,
All the
Willie.
best. That's a man after. You could talk to that man for a long time, because after all, you measured man's inside legs for years.
I measured your inside
Yeah,
leg.
before the police found out.
I had my hand on your...
Stop. News coming up. Thank you for listening. Back tomorrow.